It is Wednesday night on a new comic book day, March 24th, 2021. And that means you are in the one place to be. This is Tales from the Flipside's Wednesday night comic book presser. We got a fun show for you tonight. Thank you for joining in the live chat. Be sure to like this video. Make sure you are subscribed and have clicked that notification bell for when we do go live here on Flipside, because this is not the only content we bring you here. But we do appreciate you watching. Bunch more to come. Ah, yes. There's everybody. How's it going? We're here. We're here. All right. So everybody can get some, and we can understand exactly what came out today. So if you're new to the presser, we basically do a nice little review of New Comic Book Day, all the new releases, variant covers, maybe read a couple of them, maybe talk about a little bit of news, maybe give you some spec picks from the old Ultra Maximus brain himself. Good to see all you guys. No, really, I do really appreciate seeing all you guys tune in live for this one. So without further ado, again, you guys know that I am very happy to have you here. I am Ultra Maximus, so thank you again for tuning in live. You can also find me on my own YouTube channel, dropping a couple videos here and there. Please make sure you are, of course, following me over on IG and Facebook, and of course on Twitter. And this is, of course, the Wednesday night comic book presser, and I am here to deliver. So don't forget, when I deliver spoilers. So don't forget, also, Super Chat is active, and this is how you can help me maybe upgrade to a green screen. Donations are not required, but of course they are greatly appreciated for anything you can do to help support the channel. Again, guys, Flipside is here, and we are doing big things, trying to make sure that your comic book entertainment needs are fulfilled every week. Lots of good shows, but the Wednesday night presser is special. It's your press conference of new comic book releases, and let's get it cracking, everybody. So first up, our first publisher is going to be Ablaze, but you know what? I like to tease you guys. So the book of the week's honorable mention this week is a 1 in 100 incentive for Firefly New Verse. Jenny Frisian. But there is no dethroning of the incentive variants, and these two 1 in 500s remain king, even with enough buzz behind the other books. There just wasn't anything else out there this week that really could dethrone Alien Number 1's huge release. So we're going to talk about all of those wonderful things here shortly. And let me get, there we go, more comfortable level of music. Yeah. All right, I want to give a massive thanks to, again, everybody in the chat, but also to you guys who are shopping over at our friends at Wanna Comics. They have provided many giveaways in the past, and I believe there's some stuff coming en route. Also, want to give a shout out to Mr. Herd S. Eric for his wonderful graphics work. And of course, the soundtrack you are listening to on all of my videos is provided by White Bat Audio. And everybody in the chat, you guys rule. So as promised, starting it off with Ablaze. Ablaze gives us Gung Ho, Sexy Beast, number 1. There is your cover A. There's your cover B. And your cover C. And this one looks, wow, it's a little bit wild. Cover D, and then cover D didn't actually come virginized, but the incentives that I'm showing you here, your 10 copy incentive did, as well as this black and white incentive. And then this one right here, which was your 30 copy virgin. So AC Comics gives us the next one. 21st Century Centurions, number 4. Aftershock, Miskatonic number 5. Shadow Doctor number 2. American Mythology Productions gives us this one right here, American Mythology Monsters number 3. There's your cover A, and that's kind of wild looking. It's like got a combination of cyborg knife fingers and werewolves, it looks like, but possibly a future classic horror cover, the Racy limited edition. So check with your LCSs to see if they were getting American Mythology. And yep, I think it's available on their website also at about $9.99. And shout out to Mighty Mel V, because that is one of Mighty Mel V's picks. Antarctic Press giving us Exciting Comics number 8. Punchline number 12, cover A. And then Punchline number 12, cover B. Back-to-back variant. Archie Jumbo Comics Digest number 318. Artist, Writers, and Artisans. Year Zero, Volume 2, number 5. But that's your cover A, looking at that wonderful zombified Hawaiian sunset. Here's your cover B. Behemoth. Paranormal Hitmen, number 2 of 4. Steambound number 3. Vietnam Horror. Heavy Metal. Cold Dead War, number 1 of its 4-issue miniseries. And then we're getting Tarna, number 4 of its 6-issue miniseries. King Spot's up next. Ninjas and Robots number 5, cover A. And there's your Ninjas and Robots number 5, cover B. And there's your 5-copy incentive. Next up is Mad Cave, giving us the delivering of Pantomime number 5 of 6. Mythos, giving us this deep blue and the guy with the Winter Soldier arm crossed with Thane's hand. Interesting. Next up is Oni. Dryad number 9. PS Art Books. Arachno Dictator of Death. Oh, Anarcho. Dictator of Death. I got spiders on the brain, I guess. 2000 AD Rebellion Publishing, giving us the 2000 AD 2212 Xmas special. Christmas special. 2000 AD November 2020 program pack. And then 2000 AD program number 2210, Judge Dredd on the cover there. Grubs number 1, Invader Zim's quarterly, and that do not believe Invader Zim needs to be there. Misty Winter Special 2020 one-shot. Return of Sexton Blake one-shot. Red Giant Entertainment giving us Markiplier number 2. Scout Comics, Frank at Home on the Farm number 3. And then this one was interesting. I saw some places limiting this one to 1 per store, and I didn't see a incentive on Diamond's list. So very interesting. But Rabbit World number 1. The Recount number 3. And Scoot, which is the junior imprint over at Scout. Cat Dad and Supermom. An Elephant Never Forgets. So I believe it's a one-shot. Second Sight Publishing. Book of Lyaxia, number 1. Here is your 5-copy Virgin Incentive variant. Lady Freedom, number 1 of 5. And shout out to the artist on this book. He was actually doing a signing at my LCS. And there is the incentive variant done by Pat Broderick. That was a couple weeks back. And the Edge number 1, however, they say that this one's a 5-copy Virgin Incentive, but still got the trade dress on the picture they sent me. I don't know what's going on there. That's all I had. Had to work with it. Editorially, I didn't go back through these enough, obviously, because I would have caught that other one. But I thank you guys again for not pointing out all my mistakes. Make sure you are leaving a comment below on any of these indies are on your pull list. And if any of them are something I should be reading, leave me a comment below and let me know why. Or shout at me in the chat and let me know what I need to be doing as far as reading some of these indies. But Titan giving us Blade Runner. And this is an Origins issue, so it's different than the other Blade Runner book that they've got going on. The other Blade Runner book, Peach Momoko's doing the cover A's. This one, she's doing the cover B's. And then here is your Origins 2 cover C, cover D, and then your Momoko sketch variant, which is your FOC Momoko sketch variant. Vault Comics. Hollow Earth. I'm sorry. Hollow Heart. See, a little bit of the speed reading and reversing letters. You know, it's something that's happened to me, but of course I was blessed with a very superior intelligence, even though I read funny. Hollow Heart number 1, cover F, second print. And obviously the book went second print. It's sold out, doing fairly well. Bell Thunder of the Gods, cover A, cover B, and cover C. That was our Zenoscope offering this week. So all of those wonderful little independents, how many of those independents are you actually collecting? Let me know what's going on. And look, I want to give a real quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Azor, it's good to see you here, man. Dwayne, good to see you too. Look, Get Key Comics, all you guys, thank you again for joining in live on the presser. It means the world to me, and I'm sure it means the world to all my Flipside homies too, and I'm sure it means the world to all of our fans that you guys are watching. David too, Dave Durr, thanks, man. Let's see here, Blade Runner. Oh, Mojo says that he's been grabbing the Blade Runner 2029. Yeah, you know, I did hear about that as well. So. For the whole run of his art, well, you are collection goals, man. Collection goals are something definitely awesome about. So I got a couple collection goals myself. Let's see if I can make them happen here. And let's see if there's any collection goals that I had coming up in some of these additional releases, because we're going to start off with the bigger publishers. Boom. Giving us this next issue of Dune House Atreides. I hope I don't butcher that name, but there's your cover A. Here is your cover B. There is your 25-copy incentive variant. And then there is your 50-copy incentive variant. Next up is that Firefly brand new verse number 1. There's your cover B. And there's your blank sketch variant. And then Jenny Frisian did a 25-copy incentive, which, yeah, great book. For sure. However, Weta said, "Oh no, let me get the Virgin," and then they said, no. We're going to do a 100-copy incentive for this boom number 1, and Frisian's going to get it. So there you go, all you Frisian chasers. That's going to be a book to probably chase after. And then here is your cover G, which is your unlockable 1 per store variant. Another unlockable variant. Once and Future number 17. And there's your cover A. There is your incentive, which is your 10 copy incentive variant by Mora. And then here is Christian Ward. Just, wow. That's fire. I gotta say, that's fire. Power Rangers number 5. There's your cover A. And this was weird too, because it says number 65 on it, but it's the legacy variant. I guess, I don't know, they're doing throwback numbering. I don't know what's going on there, but I looked at it on the shelf today too. It said, yep, that thing says 65. But Power Rangers number 5, blank cover, was a blue sketch. And then your 10 copy incentive, which was basically just a virgin variant of the A cover. I thought, but maybe it was a version of the B cover, because here's your 15 copy incentive. And then we have your 25 copy Peach Momoko. And then you have the virgin incentive of the Peach Momoko. I know some people who are putting together that Momoko set, so shout out to all you troopers collecting full runs and sets and variant types. It's a major collection chase. So up next we got Dark Horse. And Dark Horse is giving us Barbalian Red Planet number 5 of 5. And then we've got your cover B. And then Crimson Flowers cover A. And your cover B. Lady Baltimore, Witch Queens number 1 of a 5-issue miniseries. And that's going to round it out for everything over at Dark Horse. Now, for Dynamite, I do not have all the variants listed. I do have, of course, the major ones listed on the Diamond release sheet. If you are interested in any of these variants, most of them are still able to be ordered, except for the FOC bonus variants. And if you're missing the FOC bonus variant, tune in to maybe this dude Ultra Maximus's channel. He might do something to give you a little heads up about what's going on Final Order Cutoff. Deja Thoris number 11's cover A by Perillo, though. I mean, it's amazing art. It really is. There's your cover B. And remember, this is Mars. Mars is different than Earth. There is your cover C. And there is your cover D. There's your cosplay variant. This one's kind of cool too. Dynamite Bloody Valentine One Shot. That's your signed edition. Red Sonja number 25. There's your Castro FOC bonus. Here is your 25 cover A by Jay Lee. Here's your cover B by Linsner. Here's your cover C by Anwar. There's your cover D by Robson. And then here's your cosplay variant. And then here's your premium tint virgin variant. Jay Lee art. Your Linsner tint. Your Linsner limited virgin cover. Oh, and that's because this is Sonja Versal number 2. And then we had Vampirilla versus Purgatory number 1, cover A by Derek Chu. We had your cover B. We had your cover C, which was a Linsner variant. Cover D. Cover E. Your cover F, your blank from Authentics. And then your main FOC bonus variant of them listening to music while obviously killing things. There's another black and white virgin cover. And here's a premium black and white virgin cover. And then here is your number 1 FOC bonus variant. And then your Ben Oliver limited virgin cover for Vengeance of Vampirilla number 15. And all right, so just taking a pause. Deep breath. There's a lot of fire looking books in Dynamite. So here's the deal. Dynamite will give you a 1 in 10, a 1 in 11, a 1 in 12, a 1 in 13, a 1 in 15, a 1 in 16, a 1 in 17. They'll all be different red line variants. So please check with your local retailer if you're a serious Dynamite collector. But it's a lot for the presser. If maybe I had a group of interns that were putting together my slides, I wouldn't care and I would cover every single variant. But because it's a one-man production operation that I'm doing here, I hope you guys can forgive me for not covering those variants, especially because I I don't think there's a lot of you guys in the chat or watching this on the restream or the live streams that are collecting the Dynamite books. But if I'm wrong about that, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you are collecting. If I need to cover those variants, if it's absolutely got to happen, I'll try for you guys. Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make you all happy with the show. And if there's anything I could do to improve this show, also leave me a comment below. Let me know. But let's kick it, because we've got more to get through. And now we are into the goods, because we're starting to get into the bigger publishers, and we're heading on towards the other parts of the presser that I know you all are watching me for. The comic book history of animation number 4 of a 5-issue miniseries does not have a 1 in 10 incentive, but it does have this B cover. So that's interesting. Dungeons and Dragons at the Spine of the World, number 4 of 4. And there is your cover B. This one, however, did have its 1 in 10 incentive. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 38, cover A. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 38, cover B. And then, of course, 1 in 10 copy incentive. So, The Best of Michelangelo, TMNT, number 1, one shot. Usagi Yojimbo, number 17. And then Usagi Yojimbo's 10 copy Billy Marchionne. Billy Marchionne incentive cover. Check with your retailers on these incentives, because they are getting harder and harder to order. You had to qualify for issue 18 by ordering 10 copies of issue 17. So big news there, right? Up next is Image. Image gives us Bitterroot, number 11, cover A by Sanford Green. And then there is your cover B, your blank sketch. Crossover number 1 back for a second printing. Crossover number 3 also back for a second printing. And crossover number 2 has already had its second print. And then this is the invasion of the Image second printings, because Department of Truth number 1 gave us this black and white 4th printing variant. And then Department of Truth gave us this number 4 second printing variant. And then this number 5 second printing variant. All of them presumably very short ordered. Die number 14. Haha number 2 of a 6-issue miniseries second print. And then here is your Haha number 3 of 6 cover A. And then here is your cover B. Shout out to Wadden Comics for trifecta. Moonshine number 23. No variants. Nomen Omen, number 13 of 15. Cover A. Here is your cover B. Post Americana, number 4 of 6. Rain Like Hammers, number 3 of 5. Scumbag, number 6. There is your cover A. This one was also followed by this wonderful 1 in 10 incentive. Love it. Stray Dogs back for a second printing of number 1. But they did it so conveniently on the same day that issue number 2 dropped. So that's very, very smart on them. Number 2 also had this wonderful variant. Pet Cemetery. Good stuff, right? All right, everybody. Now we're into the DC list. So, Batman Black and White. And even though I'm not a real big Batman Black and White collector, from even my short time working in the LCS, the amount of statues in the Batman Black and White stuff is phenomenal, and people do buy it. But this one's pretty good too, and this is a neat Gabriel Dell'Otto cover, and it just, the shading is what makes this phenomenal. And then, of course, we got this one, Simone Bianchi, Two-Face variant. Batman Superman number 16. Here's your cover B by Greg Smallwood. Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn number 6 of 6. There's your cover A. There's your cover B. Detective Comics 1034, your A cover by Mora. And then here's your Liam Sharp Snyder Cut variant. Future State Teen Titans Ruins #1. And what this was, and I want to take a moment to point out, and if Patrick's in the chat, Patrick, where are you? I don't see you. But Patrick, who's a wonderful Flipside chat moderator, we talked about this book. So this one flew under the radar. Nobody knew really what it was going to be. We just knew it was a one-shot that was coming out the same day as Teen Titans Academy. I didn't know that it was a reprint, but it is basically a reprint of Red X's first appearance with him on the cover like that. So now you've got the second print of issue #1, as well as this reprint that is fire. I don't know how well this book is going to do in the aftermarket, because DC Spec is really right now major long-term hold to see returns, but we'll see. We shall see, because I know that I think people got burnt out on the Robin King, and the Robin King has definitely settled down a lot. Also out today was this Harley Quinn #1. There's your cover B by Derek Chu. Your cover C, which was a blank cardstock variant. And then if you were fortunate enough to be a part of a store inside of this retailer program that ordered this qualifier variant, there is your qualifier variant. And then your one per store thank you from Lunar Distribution. This is probably going to have a little bit more legs. Can't say for sure because it's just release day, but we'll see what happens. Teen Titans Academy #1. There's your cover A by Sandoval. And then there is your cover B, which is going to end it for DC for us. Now, everybody, we're in the final list of Marvel books. So this is where we can really get the presser kicked off. And I want to really thank you all for tuning in live. You are now 27 minutes, 27 seconds in. 61 live watchers, tons of you guys in the chat, and I really appreciate you. After we get through Marvel, we'll take a look at the chat. And tell me in the chat, what books did you like from this week? First up, we've got Alien #1, which has given us the Inyuk Lee regular cover A. But you didn't think they were going to take it easy on us, right? They gave us this 1 in 200 black blank variant. Then they gave us a Gleason variant, but they said, oh, so you don't like that trade dress? Well, how about a 1 in 500 virgin incentive of that Gleason variant? Then they said, oh, you like a regular price Momoko variant, but you don't like that trade dress on it? Got you. Say no more. And this is, of course, your 1 in 100 incentive virgin variant from Peach Momoko. For all you Todd Nauk headshot variant collectors, yeah, that's a headshot. It counts. Alien #1's Ron Lim variant. Scotty Young. That's a really good cover, I got to admit. McNiven, really good cover there as well. And artistically, these are all amazing. But that one was your 1 in 50. Here's your Salvador LaRocca giving us the 1 in 25. And then they said, oh, you want more of the Inyuk Lee? Okay, we'll give you a 1 in 500 virgin cover. But then we're also going to give you a premiere variant, and we're going to give you 2 of those per store. Then we're also going to give you a David Finch launch variant. But you know what? We're going to finish it all off by giving you 1 of those per store. So tons of Alien books. Other reporting sources have already spoiled that book, so I'm not going to cover it again. But I may actually be looking for a copy of one of those variants. I just don't know which one, but there's so many to choose from. Amazing Spider-Man #62, of course, gives us this boomerang story with Spider-Man in this new armor. And then we have the 62 Land Spider-Man Thing variant. And then we have the Weaver Design variant, which is about to be surpassed. Don't go too heavy on it. If you're going to get into it, get it cheap, hopefully a cover or better, because 61 second print is going to have the suit on the cover, giving, again, all spec value back to 61. This was a good read today. And if you didn't read it, maybe you should, because it looks like, I think they're going to end it at 25. I don't know if they're going to continue on or not. But 25 looks to be like the final issue. So, but oh yeah, Jen Bartel delivering once again with another amazing looking Bartel variant for Women's History Month. And of course, this one right here, Michael Cho with the Black Panther two-tone variant. Just wicked good stuff here too. Quinona has given us this variant. Now, you guys notice this is another one of those variants where it's the picture inside of the costume, a la Taskmaster number 3, 1 in 25, and Batman 106. Wolverine red, white and blood, or black, white and blood. Yeah, you guys follow. In my read pile, didn't get a chance to read it though. Cable number 9. Got a chance to read it. Somewhat liked some things of this, but we've got a lot of covers to go through. And I don't know, again, if you guys can put in a word, but if Marvel is hiring art director to choose which ones become incentive variants, tell them you know a guy that would improve sales 150%. His name is Ultra Maximus. He does a little show on Flipside. Because right now what we have is a situation with a bunch of open order variants, all right? So let's go back real quick. So this is your cover A. This is your regular cover, right? Not bad. Gleason cover, of course, if this was a 1 in 25, the stores definitely would have had to up their orders. Just saying. However, this was also an open order, and if this was a 1 in 50, yeah, stores definitely would have upped their orders. But what we have here is your Ryan Otley variant, which is also an open order variant, because the Marco Cicchetto variant was your 1 in 25 incentive today. This Peach Momoko was also marked up over cover at my LCS, but I thought it was an open order, but I may be wrong. This one may be a 1 in 10. So, yeah, they got their priorities a little backwards over there. But Saving Grace was the next book on the list, was this Excalibur number 19. And for those of you following along the story of Quanon and Betsy delivering Guardians of the Galaxy number 12. I like this cover. Because out of all the Man-Thing covers, the issue 12 variant for Guardians of the Galaxy is probably the best one that I've seen. And I think I've seen all the solicits, so I don't think they're going to get any better. And unless they do a last-minute cover art change, they're not going to get any better. King in Black, Scream number 1. And then here's your brown variant. And then here's your Silva Stormbreakers variant. Maestro, War and Pax number 3 of 5. And there's your Jimenez variant. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 24. Oh, look, here we go. The Clone Saga. I know they built it up an awful lot. And what is that? Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 24 is Lashley's Miles Thing variant. So we got a Man-Thing Spider-Man in sneakers. Savage Avengers number 19, King in Black. Savage Avengers number 19's Michael Cho, Black Widow, two-tone variant. Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 8. Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 8's 1 in 25 incentive. And a pretty big talking book of this week, but I'm not sure how it actually is doing. But here's your Taskmaster second printing sketch variant. And then here's your Taskmaster number 3 second printing variant. Taskmaster number 5 of 5. And then here is your Taskmaster number 5 of 5 upside down in a car variant with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming up on him. So, guys, that is going to finish off all of our new releases. So if you guys could do me a favor, because I currently right now have an animal pounding on my window trying to get into the house, and I need to go let him in real quick. So otherwise it's not going to stop, and I don't want that to happen. So let me know what you guys were reading today, and I'll be right back. And I appreciate you guys for hanging in there. All right, your free interlude's over. So let's talk about this here real quick. So let's see. Alrighty, let's get back up here. My haters are going to watch the Spec Matrix later, so don't worry about it. I love it when they call me Ultra Maximus. Just popping in to say hello. Sorry, Ultra, we're going to have to catch this on. Hey, look, JJ, you are not obligated to watch live, although I appreciate it if you do watch live, man. And you go and do what you got to do. Priorities over comics. It's the reason why I do these late night shows is because my family's my priority over comic books. So you're late, but you're still on time. You're so on time, but you're here now, see? And people always buy Harley, and that is very, very true. Appreciate you getting people to do the thumbs up. You were disappointed in the Alien storyline. Oh, that's not looking good for Alien then, because I hold your opinion in high regard, but I'm going to check it out. And honestly, Jamie, yeah, I kind of agree with Leftovers Zaggy here. I try to give them 5 issues to get their full story arc for their full trade paperback out. Read it through because usually it'll be a little slow, but we'll see what actually happens there. You're ready to read Carnage, Black, White, and Blood. Yeah, it's 3 different stories in there. Some are going to say it's a first appearance of some kind because read it and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. All the Aliens covers are fire. I do agree. However, for all you guys out there chasing incentives, if you didn't secure them early on a pre-order, just remember there is a ton of store variants for Alien #1, which should satisfy the market as far as getting some of those additional incentives out to you guys. I don't like to see you guys overpay on your spec, but there may be some spec in there. So I'm glad that people are excited about the Fox properties being over at Marvel now because they're actually gonna get used and get stuff made. And Newbie Comics in the house. Shout out to Newbie. If you aren't subscribed over to Newbie Comics, you should give him a follow for sure. Definitely putting out some great content. And Bartel rocks. See, we're all in agreement on that one. That's for sure. So what else we got here? I got the Premium Alien 1 variant today. It is fire, like my show. Thank you, Andre. That I appreciate so much. Yeah, and you know what? Azores, that's a good-looking Gamora cover, man. So I do like when they take care of her. And this was spoiled. Yeah, that was spoiled by the Creeding Smool. So we're not gonna smite people for spoiling. It's what we do here too. But you know what? I try to give you guys more than just the comic book content because why? Because in other news is important, right? So this is where I'm going to ask you guys, tell me what you think of the news below. Leave me a comment. Make sure you have liked the video. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a thing. So let's recap. Get it? Let's recap. So Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 1 definitely delivered. If you ask me, thoroughly entertained. And yes, I did use the Snyder cut to stay awake long enough to watch Falcon Winter Soldier at 3 a.m. So also the wife let me kind of stay up real late that day. So it was great. And of course, don't forget the Mephisto spec is still alive for those watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. Mephisto may show up. So Darren, you know what? Because they were delayed, I mentioned them when the initial release was, but yeah, I did miss the Berserker foil cover. So inside your Berserker foil covers is a coupon for Something Is Killing the Children #1. Make sure you go back to your LCS and buy that Berserker #1 if you want that Something Is Killing the Children limited edition. Tons of foil on the shelves at all the LCSs, so I didn't think this was like really big news, but thank you for pointing that out because I did indeed forget to put that in here tonight, and I don't want to forget that. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, the recap was actually the recap. So there's your new Captain America, everybody. His name is John Walker, and this was the rendering that we got. And yeah, I know it's not actually how it looks when we got him, but Sci-Fi Wire reported that the Falcon and Winter Soldier's Wyatt Russell, the guys playing him, It says, he said, hopefully they don't hate me too much because he knows who he's playing. And shout out to everybody on the Spec 10 because we were looking at a bunch of Cap books related to the Falcon or Winter Soldier, trying to get ahead of the spec curve. And this was what I said. I said John Walker is going to be a household name, and he's probably going to be extremely hated by a large number of people. And sure enough, in the first episode, they deliver on this one. Because again, the whole thing is that Sam gave them the shield because they were going to put it in a museum. Like, had he known they were going to be doing something stupid with it, he would have taken it from him. But also, huge spoiler. Okay, so yeah, huge spoiler going forward. So let me back up. If you didn't catch that screen, great. But I got a humongous spoiler, so I'm going to give you the count of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Marvel likes to spoil things, and of course, if you follow comicbookmovie.com and their news source, you would have seen that the Falcon and Winter Soldier Marvel Select action figures did, of course, do something that we all suspected was going to happen. We knew it was going to go down. So please, if you didn't know this was going to happen, read a comic. I'm just saying, because this is a huge spoiler, but not the first time we've been duped by a supposed toy leak like the supposed Mephisto mini-mates that was circling around the internet for WandaVision. So be mindful. This is probably a huge spoiler. But yeah, don't count out a lot of other spec that could possibly go down, because just because we see him as Cap doesn't mean anything. But I do want to give a shout out to Zack Snyder and everybody involved in the Snyder Cut. And I want to thank them for delivering an actual DC Universe movie. So what do I mean by that? Look, the previous DC movies that were released honestly set up a bunch of plot threads that are being explored in this. And yeah, everybody's saying, oh, we'll never get them. Just because Zack Snyder isn't going to do these follow-up movies doesn't mean that I don't think they're going to make a follow-up Justice League in this universe. Because what they could do is they could say, even after the Nightmare scenario, they still didn't get it right and something was not right. And, they could do a Final Crisis movie or something. But they have a ton of different ways they could take these stories. Good stuff, though. And I hope you guys got an opportunity to watch the Snyder Cut. It is 4 hours long. So, yeah, it is definitely not for the faint of heart. But this next bit of news, and I should have added more pictures of the books, but I didn't. But this is by far one of my favorite Image Comics titles. We have a good thing going on here, guys. Are you ready? Because this is huge spoilerific too, but it's also spec worthy, and I want you guys to spec on it. If you haven't already, Tokyo Ghost getting an adaptation from Legendary. And this is coming from Hollywood Reporter and Heat Vision. So, wow. If you guys have not read Tokyo Ghost, read it. Good stuff. Sean Murphy. Definitely just there's those finite stories like that are really good mass appeal for an adaptation, either in a movie or short, one season TV series. Those are the magic, because let's just be honest. This is a 10-issue series, right? 10 issues. It's a finite story. Not a whole lot of books to chase for you guys out there looking to flip. I'm noticing an upswing. The news broke like 8 hours ago. So it's new news still. And for you guys with Tokyo Ghost in your back issue bins, I'm looking for an issue 5 cover B. So if anybody, give me a shout out on IG. If you got a near mint plus to a 9.8 candidate book, I'm talking spine break free. Oh, look at my hairs. Spine break free, issue 5 cover B. I'm looking for a copy, so help a brother out. So one of my like I said, it's one of my favorite runs. And I went back and I looked through all my books, and I'm like, why do I have 2 copies of one? Oh man, don't you hate it when you buy 2 copies of one book and you miss out on a copy? Because that's exactly what I did there. So appreciate you guys. And again, next up, it's that time. I kind of reorganized a few things. So we're going to enter the speculation matrix here. And we're going to start off first with some reads. Why would I start off with some things that I read in the speculation matrix? I wonder why that could be. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go deep into this dive, and we are going to journey in here. And you guys know there's spoilers ahead, so please stand by as you enter the speculation matrix. So the first book up on my reads today, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a regular pickup from me. I'm reading it all the time. I want to know what's going on in it all the time. And because we're in between two books that had 1 in 50 incentives, but you know what? This is the book here. Well, Star-Lord's got himself a cable eye now. And he's also got himself a really wicked jacket that I got to have. And let's just say, if I can't pull off the Lebowski Thor that I've been working on, I'm probably going to pull off that Star-Lord. But I need to find that jacket. But here you go, everybody. The first appearance of the new Guardians team. Yet again, cameo, last panel, issue 12. Oh, thank you. There are certain things that are going on right now in the realm of X that are just delivering to old fans such as myself. And the whole dynamic between Betsy and Quanon never really got explored. All right. So here we go, everybody. Well, I can't say it never really got explored. It hasn't been explored since post House of X. So there is a really cool book that's I'm going to tie it all together. Don't worry. So this issue was a good read. And of course, no variant covers. So you got Betsy versus Quanon. And basically what's going on is Betsy has a body after X's swords or 10 of swords. She was shattered. And basically right now, her consciousness is not allowed to return to her body. There's a spell that's blocking it, and that's coming from Saturn IX. The Universal Magistrix, who's running the Omniverse from the Starlight Citadel, the one who organized the whole Ten of Swords tournament, really making life a living hell for Betsy because she's got the hots for Betsy's brother, and she wants Betsy's brother to throw it to her, marry her, and he's not having any part of it because he's married to, of course, Megan. So this issue starts off with Psylocke basically taking the containment that has Betsy's consciousness in it and allowing it to go into the portal to Otherworld. And she says, fine, I'll go after it, which she does. She goes after it. And basically there's a big fight that happens, but this is the goods. The two of them talk about what's actually going on and how she doesn't have a body. It's a big deal. She said, you won the fight between you and your brother. The Captain Britain Corps were reformed. They took up the sword. They're you. And Betsy's like, I can't believe it. I saw the vision. I didn't know it was real. It's real and you are needed. And then she says, well, she can't form the sword. She says, don't worry, I will. So basically she merges again. So we've got another scenario where basically this is the Psylocke of old, where it was a little bit of Betsy and a little bit of Quanon mixed up in a body. But basically she returns to where they all were, and they find a way to restore her. So Captain Britain, Betsy, and Quanon Psylocke officially back, restored, separate bodies, all the goods, powers, all the goods. But something's going on with Rogue over here, and here's where the Spec Matrix is going to kick off. For all my OG X-Men fans, you probably recognize what's going on here, but Rogue does because she's fought her before. She says, I recognize the fight pattern, been able to fight her before. It's Malice. And she just went to Krakoa, and she could be anybody. So if you guys want to remember, multiple people have taken up the name Malice in the Marvel Universe, but there's only one Malice that comes to mess with the X-Men. She first appears in Uncanny X-Men 210. Marauders. All right, so here are my speculation picks for the Spec Matrix from the new releases out today. And like I said, shout out to Mighty Mel V and American Mythology for giving us the Monsters #3, the cover B. Up there, in my opinion, with the Chambers of Chills and other ones, just because of the acid. This is just wicked. And the cross on her head is just an extra bonus. Firefly, brand new verse #1, cover F, the 1 in 100 incentive from Jenny Frisian. Check Boom Studios website before you do, overpay for it elsewhere. They may have copies there. Once and Future cover C for the 1 in 25 incentive by Christian Ward. Just that's a wicked cover, and that would look amazing slabbed. The scarcity and the hard ability it is to get a hold of this book right here would be one of the reasons why, if you see it, I would be picking it up. And all the incentive variants since like issue 15 through 18 have been fuego. So shout out to everybody over at IDW for dropping that fire. Department of Truth, as I stated earlier, you know, all these later printings, second print, third print, also good pickups if you can find them. Very short order. There was a ton of places that still had cover A's on the shelf. But there's also a lot of places that did order real tight, and those are the places you would be looking for these because they probably have picked up a few of these as well. Department of Truth number 4 also gave us a second print on shelves today, and number 5. So 1, 4, and 5 all should be picked up today. This was a good book. I flipped through it, but of course there's not really anything I can really tell you guys. You need to experience this one for yourself. But I do recommend picking up the A cover and the B cover. And that B cover is just amazing. All right. So here it is. The Stray Dogs Pet Cemetery variant. And like I said earlier, if you're going to reprint the Future State Teen Titans with Red X on the cover, reprinting his first DC mainstream appearance, put that on the bottom of it, man, you got a book that people are going to chase, but did they order any of it? That's the question. A lot of stores missed that one because it was a late FOC ad. Harley Quinn's number 1, the Lunar Thank You variant. Again, you had to be in a store that ordered 250 copies of the other Harley Quinn number 1s just to be able to qualify to unlock the ability to order it. And then Lunar was going to give you a thank you variant. Yeah. Harley Quinn fans, they're crazy and they sell. So good luck to you guys for finding that one. And then, of course, this is not Superman Red and Blue, and I found yet another editorial mistake, and I'm firing myself after the show. But that's your Teen Titans Academy cover B. And then, of course, I mean, yeah, it's a spec play if you can get in cheap enough. But this is why I'm telling you guys, focus on the stores that sell a store variant because they're always going to be trying to liquidate these variants to try to make their money back. But with a 1 in 500, so many virgin variants for this book, I would assume ordering would probably be a little bit higher, especially with the property, and probably even your smaller stores ordered a few of them. But these 2 per stores look really good. But I do like the 1 per store because I'm a Finch fan. What can I say? Jen Bartel. I don't need to say anymore. And if Shuri does take over to Black Panther, man, there's so many Shuri books out there that are going to be great. This one is a good pickup just because of the Gleason artwork being a phenomenon that is probably going to put together a nice couple of sets of variants for that one. Carnage Black, White, and Blood, number 1. I mean, look, again, the Inyuk Lee variant, in my opinion, probably should have been like a 1 in 50, but they made it open order. Excalibur number 19, just because maybe one day in a not so hyper market, story spec will be important. But for my X fans, I know this was a very important book for you. So I hope you did pick it up. And again, just an amazing looking Gamora cover. It's still got her with a nice blade. So it doesn't, is that a weapon? Yeah, it looks like a weapon. So she's just OP Gamora. And of course, shout out to Wonder World Comics for their normal shenanigans, and Sailfish for their store variant of this one and keeping the sales totals high. But I still picked it up. Now, we are in the final moments of the show, and you guys, again, Rogue, your first crush, huh? Yeah, I dated a girl before I met my wife that had a little gray streak in her hair. So wow, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in for this episode of The Presser. I dress up intentionally very well for you guys. I want to be the best dressed guy in comic book news. Maybe I can get a different microphone scenario so you can see the tie a little bit better. I don't know. But you know, I will say this. The next segment and the final segment of the night is probably one of my favorites because I like to talk about books that are after FOC. Are these books that I've ordered? Or am I bringing unnecessary heat to these books by letting you guys know about them too? Well, either or. It's probably a little bit of both, honestly. But we're 55 minutes in, so I want to close this one out at about an hour. I want to thank everybody in the live chat for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. Make sure you have, of course, click that notification bell so you know when we go live. And just know tomorrow is going to be the Modern Playbook Roundtable. Friday is going to be the Hot 10 from the wonderful list of the mind of Ben Stein. And then, of course, we got Drunken Chat and some other stuff coming up, but lots of stuff going on Flipside. But right now, we are still in the zone. And what zone are we in? This is the Spec Matrix. Ghosts of Monday, the FOC review. Eros Psyche number 2 with the Pulp Fiction homage. Nottingham number 1, second print. I bet you still short ordered. I bet you it's still short ordered. Even the first print short ordered, sold out. Second print probably going to do really well. For my hardcore Maximus fans, for you guys, I love you the most because you know I am totally into some weird science stuff, and Nikola Tesla is definitely one of those rabbit holes I like to venture down. Minky Woodcock, the girl who electrified Tesla. Number 1, cover E, Virgin FOC variant. And I know what you're saying, Ultra, is that a Zenoscope book on your list? And yes, it's Man, Goat, and Bunny Man, number 1, cover B by Josh Burns. I just thought it was a hilarious cover. Canto in the City of Giants, number 1 of its 3-issue miniseries. I guess this is kind of like an interlude in between Canto 2 and Canto 3. Well, this is going to be a 25 copy incentive. Did your LCS order high enough to secure you a 1 in 25? Children of the Atom, number 1, second printing. And yeah, that book's going second print. So if they continue with later printings, if third print, fourth print, fifth print comes, and a sixth print, and they put an individual X-Man on each cover, or one of the Children of the Atom on each cover, wild. Oh, you guys know my heart is in the Hawk. The heart of Darkhawk, that is. Bunch of cool covers, but you know what? Inyuk Lee giving us the Fuego, and I think all of these are open order, so there's no incentives to go along with this, so should be in plentiful supply, but I'm liking it because I think there's a lot of people that probably didn't order it just because they think Darkhawk is not popular. Now, this one right here, this Virgin Incentive variant for Nonstop Spider-Man number 2, this is one of those books that in a slab is probably going to look amazing. So I believe it's a 1 in 100. So shout out to all you guys who are able to track that one down. And then just a book that will probably make a little bit of waves, but may die down. But this looks like it's going to be a tough 9/8 cover just because it's a Chip Zdarsky variant. But this is basically Spider-Man Spider Shadow is basically Spider-Man becoming Venom. Him actually keeping the symbiote suit. And I was saying to myself, I'm like, don't we already have Spider-Man Alien Reality and a whole bunch of other ones? But apparently they want to give a 4-issue miniseries to tell that story. So I'm looking forward to it. Joker number 2, Lee Bermejo's variant with Punchline on it. That's just twisted. And well, folks, we have reached the end. 59 minutes and 40 seconds in. We have finished the list. So you have just finished watching this episode of the Wednesday Night Comic Book Presser. But be sure to make sure, again, that you tune into the next episode over here on Flipside and all of the other wonderful things we do here on Flipside. But most importantly, yeah, don't forget to come back next Wednesday night, 10:15, when there is a new comic book day. There will be a new comic book presser episode for you to get the breakdown. And of course, I do appreciate all you guys leaving comments and subscribing and sharing. And make sure you are, because look at all this. How could you want to miss out on any of this content? It doesn't make sense. So in order for you to up your comic book game. That's where you want to tune in. And again, please make sure you are subscribed to me here. I am your humble host, Ultra Maximus. And again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in live, because this is an amazing opportunity for me to talk comic books with you all. But be sure to make sure you are subscribed to my own channel, because I do the speculation matrix over there. I do that little secret thing, and I don't know what that's all about, but maybe you should tune in and find out what's going on with that. And then, of course, the spec matrix is just the raw report. Basically me breaking down pickups and such, and I appreciate all the subscribers. We're on the way to 1,000. The Ultra Box, aka the Drunken Box 2, is in progress. I've had some people make some donations of books too, and the books are so fire. I'm a little bit jealous because I don't even have these books in my personal collection. But make sure you guys give me a follow over there on IG and, of course, Facebook, UltraMaximus, and then, of course, UltraMaximus at UltraMaximus X on Twitter. Friday nights, aka Saturday morning, depending on your time zone. Mighty Mel V. Make sure you are subscribed over there for Drunken Chat, and that's where I do an exclusive edition of the Raw Report Spec Matrix, the variant edition over there. Friday, you're going to love it. And I'm continuing the theme with Women's History Month, so you're definitely going to want to tune in. Make sure you're like and subscribed, everybody. Appreciate y'all doing that. And give my man over here a follow. This is Mr. Eric S. Hurd. Hurd S. Eric on IG. He is responsible for my graphics. And, of course, one of my best buddies giving me goods to give away to you guys over here at Wanna Comics. Make sure you are giving them a follow. Make sure you bookmark that website. Haha number 4 coming on sale soon. And apparently we've been spoiled that he's doing a full set. So haha 1 through 4 over at or 1 through 6 over at Wanna Comics, with issue 4 on the way. Gonna be amazing. And again, everybody, thank you for tuning in and watching this to the end. This has been the Wednesday Night Presser. I am Ultra Maximus, and until next time, I will see you all around. And don't forget to tune into all the other good stuff. See ya. Thanks, Eric. Tune in next week. Flipside TV.